actively apply it. Okay? So what's the purpose of teaching the 5 theories if you don't in fact enforce them to do something with these 2 theories and then the 3 remaining ones? So that's what we actually do. I give them a number of theories, okay? And in some of these activities, they have to apply these theories and new theories. And it goes very, very far. I can even show you, for instance, here, they have to produce even materials. For instance, if I go to this course again, then it is this one. For instance, here, sorry that it's in Dutch, but this is a theory, the KISS theory. No, don't think about kissing. It's the CIS theory, okay? And it's based on very clear principles. It's a very difficult theory for students to understand. So what do we require them? And you see a very strange picture here, okay? This is a picture of, in fact, a lab environment, but for kindergarten children, for 5 years old. So they have to organize activities that demonstrate the principles. So I'm not teaching the theory anymore. They get good materials that introduce them. They give them examples, you see even theory. They get principles, they get all kinds of examples of applications of the theory, the different levels, and then they have to develop a movie clip. Well, it's unbelievable the impact of that activity. Never ever again in their life will they forget what the meaning of that theory is. It's another way of processing. All of a sudden they say, I have now to explain it to someone else, and I have to translate it into concrete activities, behavior. Okay. This works. But otherwise they sit back in my lecture hall and they look at me and they say, nice, nice picture, look at these nice children working. Funny principle, wow, would it work? Okay. So they don't have experience, and we all know that. Okay. But what is knowledge? Knowledge is, in fact, has to be related to doing things. If you only listen, especially at master's level, it's not an active manipulation of knowledge. And it enters, okay, it's as if there is nothing inside. Okay, there's a lot inside, especially hormones in that age group. So, this is again in the mathematics course. This is in the mathematics course where they have to, for instance, this year, this is third year students, they have to develop 200 video clips together because it's a large group. It's 90 students, and they will have to work with partners in the field. So they will have to analyze the problem, okay? So they will have to, okay, but that's another kind of, it's a design cycle, okay? It's a design cycle, but a lot of our research is design-based research. That you design something according to the theory and then you test it. But the students are involved in design-based research. In the field, they work with people in the field, and they will have to test their materials with children. Okay. And that's in fact based on the experience here already. We saw that it worked, and then we will now in fact enlarge it. And that's another message. Someone here, how fast you have to do it. Well, we are rather careful because it's quite a dramatic change also for the way of working. So we test an approach, and then the next year we take the best out of it to implement it further. But certain approaches are now in fact really consistent. And then we even, in relation to the support of in fact that environment, here, we now developed a complete research cycle support environment where in fact students can find, in relation to problem statement, literature, conceptual based, theoretical based, research design, writing, literature, reference, plagiarism. It's a complete website that is now based on the examples that have been developed throughout the years. So everybody, students and staff, can work in that environment. The environment is made by the staff. For instance, here you will see how to work with literature, and you will recognize the pages. They're the same. You've already seen them. So we completely integrate this into the other courses. If you go to another one, for instance, conceptual base, in our domain, concepts are extremely critical. Then you will see here how to develop a conceptual base, how to develop a definition, but these are no longer our examples. All these examples are taken from the research of the students. So gradually, you see that the curriculum level becomes very important, and that in view of supporting the teachers with the research activities, they don't have to invent everything themselves. Now they can rely on, in fact, this site. By the way, the site has been developed by the staff, by a team, and not by one individual. Because I have some examples, someone else has examples. This is an online environment. Everybody can even put new examples, pictures, and so on. Very important for the students is this section about plagio, okay, where it's coming, where we also demonstrate, in fact, the plagiarism system, okay, even with sections from the rules and regulations of the university. What will happen if we catch you? Mostly the students say, catch me if you can. Yes, we can, and you see FRS, and then you see examples of how, in fact, it works. So, you can start. Within 1 year, you can have something going on, okay? Mostly it will build on the more enthusiastic teachers, okay? But we have clearly a decision at university level about it. But this decision is driven by external parameters, because the accreditation framework simply says, sorry, you can only have a master if the master is research-based. The consequence was, in fact, a complete revision of the curriculum, and this revision is, in fact, going on all the time. It's very normal that we have a revision of the curriculum every year. But then it is one course, 2 courses, something in the evaluation that changes, and so on. And then we have also the backing at university level that the bylaws, they are all, in fact, now aligned with the new approach. And then the very, very big stick being used, for instance, in our environment, but also in another of Anglo-Saxon universities, is a money stick. How are we paid? I don't mean the personal wage, but how departments get money. Okay? You get your money for 50% based on the number of students, and for 50% on the output of your research. Output of research is PhDs and ISI indexed journal articles. ISI, so not your own local journal, unless it's ISI. So there's a big stick there. And that's why every professor in these environments that are output and research driven, they love to do this because they can go back to research. So that's a little bit a question, of course. How is a university also financed? In our system, all the universities are financed in this way. Not on the base of the number of teaching you do, but 50% on the base of the research output. So you only get money when you have results.
Okay.
I think I have to stop.
Yeah.
Thanks for your question. I think they were really the right questions. Start things, the concerns, the personal position, and then especially the university perspective.
Well, we want to thank again Martin. Thank you very much. At this point, I'm going to ask Catherine. I think for the people that want the certificate, you actually have to work a little bit. So we have homework. Perhaps you can tell us.
You already received 2 mails. One is saying, okay, we have these examinations or examination. It's an open exam, and you have a deadline. It's 15th of February, I think.
25 January.
Oh, yeah. January is 25, and the other one is February 15. So it is very related to what Martin has been talking about this afternoon, and the idea is that you try to put into practice what he was talking about. So it's very related to what you do in your classes. And it's really a challenge to think in a different way, but as I said yesterday to Cecilia, this is the time when we have to start to do things different. So thanks again for coming and for your interest in this topic. And we will try to get Martin again in March, but not to Guayaquil, we'll be in Quito. But we are working with him to give us some help in this area. Thanks again. See you soon.
Thank you for your participation.
Oh, obrigada, também.